Hey everyone, it's Warriors NRL Fanatics here. Hope you're all doing well. If you are a new viewer to this YouTube channel and you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click that subscribe button down below. It really does show your support for the content that I do, and it's much appreciated as well, and it all really does help. And also, don't forget to like this video, click the thumbs up on the video, and share the video around. So, this is going to be a round 14 preview for the New Zealand Warriors taking on the Dolphins at Go Media Stadium in Auckland. That's right, not Mount Smart Stadium. It's called Go Media Stadium, but I still know it as Mount Smart Stadium. So, yeah, it's been played on Saturday, the 3rd of June at 3 o'clock p.m. here in Australian time. And that'll be 5 p.m. New Zealand time. So check your, local guides for times there. And it's on Sky Sports in New Zealand and Foxtel and KO in Australia. So what I'm going to do is go through the team list like I always do in my previews. And then I will give a look into the key matchups. And I'll also look at stats as well. And then towards the end, I will give my score prediction and anytime try scorers. So we'll start off with the team, the away side team, which is the Dolphins, and this is how they line up. So we got fullback Cody Nikorima, Jermaine Asako on the wing, and Ewan Aiken up against his former side in the Warriors in the centres, coming up against Rocco Berry there. Branko Lee is the other centre, and Tessie New is the other wingers. And in the halves, it is Anthony Milford and Isaiah Katoa. Jesse Bromwich, the captain, is the prop, and Jeremy Marshall King hooker. Herman Esayese is the other prop, and Kenneth Bromwich, the brother of Jesse Bromwich, is in the second row with Konau Lemu. My apologies to pronounce that wrong. And the lock, it is Ray Stone. Benches, Jared Wallace, Mark Nichols, Mason T, and Valence Tafare. Reserves, Harrison Graham, Max Plaif. Sorry, apologies again for the pronunciation of the names, if I get them wrong. Pauau Famasili, Kurt Donahue, and Oliver Gildard is the other reserve. Now to the home side now, the New Zealand Warriors, and this is how we line up. So fullback, Chancellor Klukstad, Dylan Watini-Zelezniak on the wing, and in the centres is Rocco Berry and Adam Pompey. Marcelo Montoya is on the other wing there, and halves Luke Metcalf and Sean Johnson. Adam Fanua-Blake, who's been in great form this season, he's the prop, and Wade Egan returns to the starting lineup after suffering a bit of an injury only a couple of weeks ago. And Bunty Afoa is the prop, and Jackson Ford in the second row with Marata Niokore, and Tohu Harris is the lock. Bench reads Dylan Walker, so that's a huge welcome back for the Warriors, having the boost of Dylan Walker off the bench. Josh Curran there. Mitchell Barnett, huge in for the Warriors, returning, playing his first game since being out, since round 2, I believe it is, that he's been out since. So good to see him back in the lineup. And Bailey Sheridan rounds out the 17. Reserves, Tom Ale, Tain Tuapiki, Dimitri Safakula, Ronald Volkman, and Ali Lautua. The referee for this game is Grant Atkins. Right, so overall, looking into the side there, so the Dolphins, interesting enough, have not named their Origin players to back up from Origin. So no Tim Gilbert, and that's very interesting. So they've not named the Origin stars for this game. But if you look at the Dolphins side and how they've been going this year, really exceeding expectations. A lot of people like myself probably didn't expect the Dolphins to be sitting inside the top 8 after 13 rounds of the competition. They're sitting in a good position at the moment. They're sitting in 6th spot, and they're only a win or two away from the top 4. So they're doing very well, the Dolphins, and they don't have a lot of star players, but what they do have is a lot of tech out of this Dolphins team. Even when they've lost games, when they've won games, they've even come from behind in some games as well. So you got to say, if you look at that Dolphins side overall, it's a very strong team. Cody Nicarima coming up against his former side in the Warriors. Jermaine Osaka has been in great form this year. Ewan Aiken, always reliable in the centres there, playing numerous positions. Milford's been playing well lately. Katoa's having a good season, young Katoa. And, look, what can you say? That Dolphins team is very strong overall. I think it's a good team. I think for me, that Dolphins team gets a 7 out of 10, even without some of their origin stars as well. So, very good team for the Dolphins. The Warriors side, look, obviously, it's a very good team. I think it's a very good team, in my opinion. It's great to see the likes of Mitchell Barnett returning to the side, even off the bench. Mitchell Barnett, he was starting to come into a bit of form, and, after, getting injured at that time was, a shame, because, he was really starting to find his feet at the Warriors. But he's back. It's going to be interesting to see how he goes off the bench, and how Andrew Webster uses him. Like, what minutes does he bring him on? We know he's going to play somewhere in the forwards, but we will find out how long he gets when he gets onto the field there. So it's great that Mitchell Barnett's back in the side. I think he's going to add plenty defensively as well to the side. Although defensively, I don't think we've been too bad since he's been out, but he's going to add plenty to the side as well. So, and it's also great to have Dylan Walker coming off the bench again. Dylan Walker's added plenty of impact to this side so far this year. He's started some games. He's come off the bench. He's played in numerous positions as well. So Dylan Walker adds plenty to the side coming off the bench. A bit of impact as well. So I think we'll see Dylan Walker come on, maybe play a bit of hooker, maybe play a bit of halves. So, yeah, that's going to be great for us to have him back in the side, especially. I think we missed his impact against the Broncos last week. So, other than that, there's just been there's no shocks that we've named pretty much the same team, except Barnett and Egan back in the side. And I think Egan back in the side is a great boost for us too, Wade Egan, because Wade Egan, although he's suffered quite a few knocks and injuries this year, I think just having him back as well, I think he adds a bit more of a dimension in attack. But, Freddie Lussick's done a pretty decent and good job, but I think Wade Egan adds plenty as well to our attacking game there. So, overall, I think the Warriors team for me gets a 7 out of 10. Now, looking to the key matchups for this one, and I think there's some exciting matchups on the field. So, we got DWZ up against Jermaine Osaka. Jermaine Osaka has played a bit of fullback. He's played a bit of everywhere this year. I think Jermaine Osaka has been in some great form. Had a good game last week, especially Jermaine Osaka. DWZ played very well as well. So, he could have scored at least 4 tries. He had only two tries, but he was very close to scoring a couple. And probably one of his best performances as well. I believe he ran for around about 200 running meters as well. So, DWZ and Osaka, that's a good matchup. 2 Kiwis as well. So, both of them played for both of these 2 players, played international footy for the Kiwis. So, I'm looking forward to that matchup. And also looking out for the likes of Sean Johnson, their most experienced player, up against the young gun, and that is Isaiah Katoa as well, who's having a pretty decent season, isn't he, coming to the Dolphins first year. He's playing well. And also, I'm looking at the forwards as well. The excitement of the forwards really is good. A good battle to look out. Now, Fanua Blake, Jesse Bromwich, you got Hume Ese and Bunty Afoa. Jackson Ford up against Kenneth Bromwich, Murata Niokore. You've also got Harris against Ray Stone. So, overall, some very exciting matchups. But if I look at the bench and I say who's got the better bench, I think it's us personally. I think the Warriors have got a very good bench. So if I was to give the wood to the Warriors in that category, I'd give it to us over the Dolphins personally. But I think the Dolphins have a solid bench as well, with the likes of Valence Tafare coming off the bench as well, who can, add plenty of impact for the Dolphins there. So, yeah, look, overall, matchups everywhere. Some very good matchups that I look forward to, like I said there, and they're going to be good to watch on the field on Saturday afternoon. Now to the betting prices at Sportsbet in Australia here. So they've got us at $1.45 favourite, so not surprised there. Dolphins, $2.75. And that's right, these two teams, this is their first ever matchup. So obviously there's no history of Warriors versus Dolphins games because this is the first matchup. So this will be the first time that these two teams have played, and it'll be the first time these two teams have played against each other in New Zealand at Mount Smart Stadium, at Go Media Stadium. So, looking at the form guide here, so we've got the Warriors who've won 1 from 5, so they won against the Bulldogs at 24-12, lost to the Broncos 22-26, lost to the Panthers 18-6, Roosters 14-0. Storm 22-30, and the Dolphins have won 3 from 5. So they've got a win against the Dragons last week, 26 points to 12. Loss against the Storm, 16-24. Won against the Sharks, 36-16. Loss against the Raiders, 30-31, and won against the Titans, 28-26. So you can see with both teams and the games that they've played, a lot of them have all been very close margins. The Dolphins especially have been in all their games up to this point, as well as do the Warriors. Despite that disappointment, of course, losing to the Broncos there 26-22. But the Dolphins, this year have been a real surprise package in the NRL, and crazy to say it, that they could be a finals team at the end of the season. They're definitely not going to be wooden spooners, like everyone else probably would have predicted. Even me predicting to be bottom 4, which probably isn't going to happen now anyway. So, yeah, Dolphins impressive, and exceeding a lot of expectations from a lot of people. So, the other stats here, so got other stats to look into here. So, currently this season, the Warriors have won 6 from 12 at 50%. The Dolphins have won 7 out of 10 with 58%. Points scored, Warriors 226, Dolphins 290. So the Dolphins scoring rate is pretty good there. Points conceded, Warriors 236, Dolphins 275. So the Dolphins are conceding a bit more than what the Warriors are conceding there. Average points scored 18 for the Warriors, the Dolphins 24. So the Dolphins are a very good scoring team. Average points conceded, Warriors 19, Dolphins 22 there. So, yeah, interesting enough with those stats that both of these teams are defending all right, but also can score a couple of little points as well. Now to my overall overview of this game and my predictions. So, looking at this game, after the disappointment of last week against the Broncos in Napier, we've got the Raiders coming up in Canberra, followed on with the bye, and we really need to get the 2 points in this one. This game is a must-win for me. Even the fact that a loss here wouldn't be disastrous for us. It wouldn't be at all, but I think another loss here really dents the confidence going forward. And, with the Raiders in Canberra, then a bye, you really would like to get at least one win before then. So, yeah, look, for me, overall, we can't go into this underestimating the Dolphins whatsoever. We can't do that because the Dolphins have shown their potential this year. They've shown it throughout their games. And they're a team that can come in and upset anyone on their day. So this game for me, if you look at last week, a lot of people thought that we're going to beat the Broncos quite comfortably because the Broncos' origin players out. But that was not the case. So we can't do that. We can't go into the mindset of that into this game this week. So, look, I am going to back the boys in here. We really need these 2 points. It's a must-win game. And I'm going to say the Warriors 28 points to 16. I think it'll be pretty high scoring. Try scorers, I'll go DWZ, Dallin Watini-Zaliziak, Marcelo Montoya, and Adam Whenua both to score a try in this one. As for the Dolphins, who am I picking to score? Well, I'll go Jermaine Asako there. on the wing. And I will say someone like Isaiah Katoa to score tries. So those are my try scorers for the Dolphins. And I've got a Warriors win 28 points to 16. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What is your prediction for the game? Please make sure you share your prediction down in the YouTube comment section down below. What do you think is going to be the score? And how do you think the Warriors are going to go against the Dolphins this week? Make sure you do like this video as well. Make sure you click the thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel. And let's see if we can get to 2,400 subscribers. And yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Cheers, everyone.